to Williams. Nice bounce to the outside. From Tyree Cleveland. Well, you window dress the running game as much as you can. They bring two tight ends here, like you said, Joe. They motion across, they kick out, and you're going to see then how that opens things up. You got Javonte Williams, and just everybody's blocked. Right now, Denver is doing an excellent job at the line of scrimmage, winning. Wilson Keats in trouble. And it's nearly picked. Adams had it hit, I believe, off his face mask. And that's exactly what they want to do to Russell Wilson, get him moving to his left. And he almost gave him the football. You know, you talk to a lot of coaches, and when a guy can move, they always talk about making him roll out to his left. It's a lot harder to do than what you would think. But that was a golden opportunity for Jamal Adams. I know that he's playing with broken finger and has some stuff on that left hand, makes things a little bit challenging. Really good down here in the red zone, able to keep people out of the end zone. And in today's NFL, those are wins when you're just giving up 3 points. 8th play of the drive. Wilson over the middle, catch made, but well short of first down yardage is Gordon. A gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Seattle goes with 3 safeties on that personnel grouping, and something that Seattle fans can expect to see a lot of this year. It frees Jamal Adams up then to be more around the line of scrimmage. It was a nice job of them playing soft, force him to throw underneath, rally, and make a play on the ball. There's a quick shot of Clint Hurt, first-year defensive coordinator here with Seattle, as Brandon McManus lines up a 30-yard try and puts the Broncos on the board. Seahawks keep Denver out of the end zone. Each team puts up points on their first possession, 7-3 early in Seattle. Design play. We're seeing there's a lot of similarities between what Nathaniel Hackett believes and then also Shane Waldron's background. And we saw it when Russell was out on the field with a lot of the boots and the nakeds. We see it right there with Geno Smith, and then they sneak Noah Fant underneath that. And Noah Fant has talked about it. Wasn't utilized a lot in Denver down the field. None of their tight ends were really. It's just short. I would have to believe that Pete Carroll, this is not even much of a decision for him. That he's going to go for it. It appears that he will. But Noah Fant has an opportunity to be a guy who can really help this offense and maybe be that third guy. They really don't have a third receiver, an established guy once you get beyond DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. But Noah Fant certainly can be a role or have a role. So 4th down and inches. Penny in the huddle. A lot of Bronco fans here now making a little bit of noise. Geno takes it, and let's see where they put it down. Gonna be close, Joe. I know Geno Smith, he slipped. You saw him. He slipped at the snap of the ball. He wasn't able to put his foot in the ground and get up the field as quickly as he'd like to. You're going to see this right there. He slips just enough and penetration then inside. DJ Jones. Yeah, this, I don't think he made it. DJ Jones, a big addition. 3-year deal. Former 49er and a big piece of their success defensively. Anchoring the middle of this defensive line. He is short. Broncos get a big stop here early, and they'll take over down 4.
Good.
On Prime Video. Stream live on your mobile phone with NFL Plus.
Big stop by the Denver defense inside their own 10, so they take over. Ball just outside the 6, trailing 7-3. Toss to Javonte Williams over the right side, breaks through, and out to the 20. He is a tank. He loves contact. One of the best in the league as a rookie last year in yards after contact. He's tough to bring down. He really is. I mean, he is powerful and he can scoop. And he makes a lot of things happen when he has the ball in his hands. He and Melvin Gordon last year, you can't split up the time and the carries any better than they did. They each had 203 rushing attempts. But this year it is expected that Javonte Williams will get the bulk of the work. First down, Denver. Pass is caught by Albert O. And the big tight end rumbles for another first down. And this is an opportunity for Okwue Bunam, who is going to step into the shoes of Noah Fant, as he is the featured tight end now for the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson again at 12. Yeah, I mentioned how Noah Fant wasn't used down the field last year. Nor was Okwue Bunam. He was not utilized as well, and that's an area where I believe because of his skill sets that they definitely will and need to take advantage of. Back-to-back first down, sidearm throw, pass caught. And that's Albert again as he gets 7. That's a lot of what he did a year ago, a lot of the underneath throws, not much down the field vertically. You know, we haven't talked about the secondary for Seattle. They're starting a rookie, Tariq Woolen. In fact, neither corner was projected to be the starter when camp began. The other starter, Michael Jackson. But Woolen, number 27 right there, he has yet to be tested. He's big, 6'4", 210, and can fly. They compare him to Richard Sherman up here. Even Pete Carroll did. Second down. Handoff is to Gordon. Nice cutback. First down out to the 47. Gain of 8. They talk about Tariq Woolen, and they bring him on this play. They bring him off the edge, and he's getting up the field because he's worried about that boot from Russell Wilson, and you see the lane then that opens up. Under 30, first quarter. Play clock at 5. And they're going to shut that play down. But there may have been a false start. Kind of odd getting off the line of scrimmage. Here's the call. Prior to the snap, false start. Offense for the 72. Second one of the night against the Denver offensive line. Well, when Denver is in shotgun, as is the case with every team that comes in here to Lumen Field, they're going to use silent count. But when you get underneath the center, Nathaniel Hackett thought that they could use cadence, and it's hard on those guys on the outside. Garrett Bowles that time left early. 1 quarter in the books. Each team put up points first time they had the ball. And Russell Wilson will go over and talk about a 1st and 15. the screen. Good protection. Time runs out. Wilson out to his left. And gets corralled near the 40 by Nwosu. Uchenna Nwosu, a nice pickup from the Chargers. A loss of 2. That's his first sack as a Seahawk. Well, this is exactly what Seattle wanted. They got the pressure up here, which forces then Russell Wilson to escape the pocket to the left. That's what they want him to do. Run to his left. Got Big Al Woods in pursuit. But here comes Nwosu, and he makes a play. A great addition he has been. Career high 5 sacks. Here we go. With Brandon Staley and that good Chargers team. 2nd and 17 now, and a handoff to Gordon. Up to the 45, that's it. So 3rd and long coming after a 5-yard gain. Nathaniel Hackett is first-year head coach. Previous 3 years as the offensive coordinator for Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur, and the Green Bay Packers. Son of a beloved football coach, 75-year-old now, Paul Hackett, who's watching with Nathaniel's mom, Elizabeth, in New Hampshire, and proud of their son getting his first crack as the head man with the Denver Broncos. Yeah, he was destined to be a head coach as the son of Paul Hackett, especially as an offensive play caller. Never a question that he would give that up when he was named the head coach. He learned a lot from his dad and all the others that he has been with. We're down
Who won for the Broncos?
flag on the play. Ball is loose into the ground.
Wow.
And I don't know if with all the noise they were trying to shut that play down or not. Pressure by Jamal Adams, the safety, who came on a blitz. And we'll let Fleet Blakeman sort through it. Jamal Adams, yeah, he's hobbling off the field. Illegal formation. Offense number 72 is Adelaide. It's against Garrett Bowles, who has limited the penalties the last few years, but not on the line of scrimmage. It's declined. It's 4th down. Well, they keep Okwue Bunam in the formation to help out, but Garrett Bowles, then he goes out that way and it completely Jamal Adams. For him to rush inside, Russell Wilson doesn't see him. We'll have to see exactly what happened to Adams on the play. But Clint Hurst, the defensive coordinator, wanted to be more aggressive this year, and he has shown it here in this first half. Corliss Wakeman now the punter for the Broncos, and he just got in the way. I don't know how. I don't either. And Lockett with a fair catch at the 19. I'm not sure he knows how he does it. DJ Dallas got through. They cut Sam Martin. He's now with the Bills. And DJ Dallas, I just went right through his hands, I believe. Seahawks have it.
Be right back, chat.
here for the Seahawks when he made those 3 starts for the injured Russell Wilson. The only 3 games Russell Wilson missed with Seattle. There's a gain of 1 by Rashad Penny. Well, we were calling the game on Thursday night against the Rams, I guess, when when Russell Wilson went down and Geno came in off the bench and thought he played really well and overall did some good things. But I will say he's doing some outstanding things tonight in this ball game at the line of scrimmage. It's obvious he's been within this system, of course, second year with Waldron, but just the culture of Seattle, because he has complete command at the line of scrimmage, getting guys moved and executing the offense. Smith throws pass caught, and that's Metcalf. He's about a yard short of first down yardage as Surtain brings him right down. I will say, watching them offensively from where they were a year ago, the route running that I watched last season was not good at all. They brought Sanjay Lal back, the wide receivers coach, who had been here in 2020, and this preseason, watching these receivers and what all they were doing within the routes, also in the run game and blocking, I thought they were much improved from what they had shown last season. 3rd down and 1. Penny has to go get the first down, and he does. Baywan Williams out there for Denver, but no chance to keep number 20 short of the stick. I really like Rashad Penny. I know he was banged up and he missed a lot of time, and they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. They figured he was out the door, and then he did some really good things, and they've got him re-signed, and I think they're fortunate to have him. You watch him and the things that he's capable of doing, there's just not a lot of backs his size that can do it. And it's just a question of whether or not he can stay healthy. They fake it to Eskridge and now throw it to him out wide right. A good tackle is made by Jonathan Cooper. And they throw a flag at the end of the play. Might have got him on taunting. I don't know. Can't think of anything else it might be. Looked like a clean tackle. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 53 for First down. John Perry tells us in our ears that comes from standing over Eskridge after he brought him down. John Perry will be with us all season long. He is back home recuperating from COVID, and we miss him being in the booth with us. But wow, that got a flag. That was a quick trigger. I wouldn't have followed that one. So it's up a first down at 46. Here's Penny. Breaks the tackle. Still lovely. And the ball came out, recovered by Seattle and Austin Blythe, the center who was downfield to save a big play for the Seahawks. Well, they go 3 tight ends. Last time we saw it, they ran this way. This time, you're going to see the 3 tight ends here, and he gets it. Now you got Justin Simmons. It's one-on-one with him in the hole trying to fill it and make a tackle then on Rashad Penny, and he goes right past him. Ronald Darby pulled it out of the right arm of Penny, and there's Austin Blythe. Yeah, that's not something. That's only Rashad Penny's second fumble in now 4+ years. 28-yard carry, passes underneath, it's caught, flag flies as Travis Homer takes a seat with a gain of 7. The depth that they have at running back, Seattle's got some depth too. They got some pretty versatile running backs. Travis Homer definitely being one of those. And now Cleat wants to talk to Pete Carroll. The indication is it's against Denver, one of the least penalized defenses from a year ago. On the night, they've already been penalized 5 times as a team. Illegal contact, defense number 5. The 5-yard penalty for automatic first down. So it was a 7-yard pickup, and that's why they asked to talk to Pete Carroll. Do you want the 7 yards, or do you want a fresh set of downs and the 5-yard penalty? And he accepted the penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 21. Austin Penny trying to cut back and not a whole lot of room. Check in with Lisa. We saw Jamal Adams a bit nicked up a minute ago.
Yeah, Joe, he's officially doubtful with a left knee injury. He was putting no weight on that left leg as he hobbled off the field. They got him into the medical tent, and then they brought the cart over, and you could tell that they were trying to keep that left leg straight, keep it from bending. Jamal looked to be in quite a bit of discomfort, and at one point, I could hear him. Everyone over on this side of the field could hear him just scream out in frustration. So we don't have an official diagnosis, but he's
Here's Geno Smith trying to pick up the first down with his legs, and that's a big loss for Seattle with Jamal Adams. But offensively, Geno's making things happen, and he's about a yard short of first down with a ball inside the 15, and another flag is down.
Holding. Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Replay second down.
So that wipes away that carry by Geno. That was good thought by Shane Waldron. It was a design. My friend.
every year.
They've been at least 50 yards. They scored a touchdown, turned it over on downs inside the 10. Just came up with a 49-yard field goal by Myers, who will kick it away with Montreal Washington waiting. Not going to try it this time. We'll be back in 30 seconds after word from T-Mobile.
God damn.
To play near the line of scrimmage. Now they go back to a typical look with Jones deep with Quandre Diggs. Yeah, they're going to continue to try to play some shell defense. They're not the single high defense that they were for so many years under Pete Carroll. But a big part of that playbook defensively is lost. Here is a toss to Williams, and he's wrapped up by Michael Jackson. Loss of one on the play. I love what these corners for the Seattle Seahawks do. And if you're going to play for this football team and for Pete Carroll, you better be willing to come up and make a tackle. And you're going to see Michael Jackson, who comes up and he fills the hole, and he's right there. There's not a lot of corners in this league that are willing to do that. And I think the guy who really set the standard here is Richard Sherman. As great of a cover player as he was more than willing and capable to come up and make tackles. And these guys know what they have to do, and they've done it. Second and 11, and the pass is a screen to Williams, brought down from behind after crossing the 30 by Jordan Brooks. You know, the one thing that we haven't seen, we come in talking about this offense, they're deep at a lot of positions, and one of those is at wide receiver. And for the first time in a long time, they've got three of them healthy. Now, they lost Tim Patrick and Cam. But so far, they have not targeted Portland Sutton, they've not targeted Jerry Jeudy, and they've not targeted KJ Hamler. And I would have expected them to be a much bigger part of this first half already. They're down at 2. Wilson floats it. There's Jeudy. Pass caught. Jeudy still going. Down inside the 20. And touchdown Denver Broncos.
Dang, he ran that all the way back.
67 yards. And the first touchdown for Jerry Jeudy in over 600 days. Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game. That's one of those young corners for Seattle. Kobe Bryant playing the slot. He's locked up man coverage. It shouldn't even have been contested. Jerry Jeudy got past him so fast that if Wilson had been able to get the ball out and hit him in stride, there's nobody behind him. Instead, he almost is able to recover and make a play on the football. But, yeah, it's just a young player who got beat off the line of scrimmage by a really good receiver. Extra point by McManus is good. And a quick answer by Russell Wilson and the Broncos. 67 yards to Jerry Jeudy. You were looking for a wide receiver? So was Wilson. 10-10. A Seattle Great Wheel. Here 57. Weather has been ideal. 74 degrees at the start of this night. Here on the 12th of September. Jerry Jeudy did not have a touchdown last year. 38 catches, had 3 touchdowns as a rookie. That 67-yarder, the second longest reception of his career, to tie it at 10. McManus kicks it. Dallas will take a knee. Well, Nathaniel Hackett and the Broncos snatched the jewel of the offseason, swapping quarterback Russell Wilson for a bounty of players and draft picks. Rob, that's how you run. But with Wilson comes a target on their back. And the Broncos escape this season's threats and claim their 4th Lombardi trophy. And Russell was a bit fired up, to say the least, after connecting with Jeudy for 67 yards to tie the game. Yeah, big relief right there, making that throw and then getting it in the end zone. I would think that would settle him down a little bit for whatever nerves he had coming in. Smith able to complete. Pass is caught by the tight end Disley, who has the Seahawks touchdown, a gain of 3. Geno Smith is throwing completion. No, he's settled in really well. You always come in, you ask these guys, hey, how do you want to start the game? I played the position. We're all the same. You want to get off to a good start. You want to complete some passes. I thought that Jane Walter did some good things on that opening drive with the boots, got him those easy completions, and he has settled in really well. I mean, he's found his rhythm. He's playing confidently. It's been a good first half for Geno. Handoff here to Penny. Nice cutback. Flag is down in the middle of the field, and a good tackle was made after a gain of 4 by Darby, but we'll check the marker. Holding defense number 97. First down. Rare defensive holding on a running play, and it gives a first down for Denver's defense. That's already 5 penalties in the game and 7 overall on the Broncos here in the first half. Well, not surprised. We've seen it around the league here on opening day with a lot of these guys not getting much playing time together in the preseason, and it's kind of sloppy the first weekend. We saw that in a number of games yesterday. Play action from Smith. Penny overthrown, and that's the first incompletion after starting 13 for 13 tonight. Yeah, the first one. We talked about what he's been able to do. Rashad Penny being the other one. He's gotten off to a good start running the football. We talked over the years, especially the last couple of years, about the let Russ cook stuff, and I just don't think Pete Carroll ever really bought into that. It was against what he has believed throughout his coaching career of running the football, being physical, playing good defense. And as I said, to come into this game, I do think it's given him a chance to hit the reset button and go back to some of the things that he feels strongly about without resistance from the quarterback. 2nd and 10. Pass is caught on the sideline as the grab is made by Marquise Goodwin. What a nice piece of work by Geno Smith. Got away from the sack and found Goodwin for 16. Well, Charles Cross, number 67, he does an excellent job there of pushing his defender up the field, and Geno Smith feeling it right there to his left side. Could have stepped up a little bit sooner, but what I like what he's done already a couple times in this game, he had the touchdown as a result of it to Disley, but keeping his eyes down the field as he manages the pocket makes another nice play. Wanting Fant to go in motion, fake toss, a lot of room over there, floated, pass caught, Parkinson to the 30. Denver's got 4 tight ends they want to use, and Seattle's got 3. Fant, Disley, and now Colby Parkinson. Yeah, the boot game coming off the run. We've seen Rashad Penny. He's run the ball well. Get people flowing that way. Bring the tight ends back the other way, opposite of it, and you get those lanes to be able to get the ball. And Gino lays it in there nicely. Smith has found 8 different receivers here in the first half. Metcalf, Surtain, and Pat Surtain there, but Metcalf and he fight their way for a 4-yard play. That's the stiff arm in there on him here. Right there. I wouldn't want to have to be one trying to make the tackle on DK Metcalf. You talked about the size of Pat Surtain. Well, he's a competitor too. He didn't go down. 2nd down and 6. One-on-one at the bottom. Smith, Parkinson, touchdown!
Wow.
Seattle.
Yeah. Crazy.
25 yards to Colby Parkinson. Well, they go man you with Darby here. You're going to see this clearing out, and then immediately Geno Smith knows what he has. As soon as he sees that Darby clears that out, he knows he's one-on-one there on the backside of the linebacker, Jonas Griffin, and just a great read and a great throw. And a great time for Parkinson's first career touchdown. He put on weight. He came in with 7 catches in his career, 2 on that possession, and a touchdown to put the Seahawks up 7. Of 18, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, and just connected with Colby Parkinson for 25 yards, and the Seahawks are back on top. It's taken 8 years to be an opening game starter for Geno Smith, and boy, is he making most of it. Gives Washington on the return, and the rookie runs trail out to the 21. That's it. We were welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's Troy Aikman. And this has been a fun first half. And Gino's been great. He's been fantastic. And you always kind of wonder after 8 years of not having made a start on opening day. And I really thought we might see a little bit more of the running game in this first half. And they've run the ball well. Rashad Penny has been fantastic. But instead, they've got more out of Geno Smith. And you know what I think Geno Smith is thinking right now? What? Let Geno cook. Let Geno do a little cooking. He certainly is this first half. The sad thing is I'm so proud of that. First down from the 21 for Denver. Now back, down 7. Hand up to Williams. Nice roll over the right side. And Williams gets about 9.5. Looks like they scoot forward for maybe 10. Michael Jackson made the stop, and we're coming up on the 2-minute warning. And we're there. 2 minutes left in the first half. A good first half in Seattle.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung.
Prescott injury update. Tonight that was for the Dallas Cowboys. Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes. Nice to be at the house that Boomer built. Coming up at the half, Susie Culver, Booker McFarland, and Adam Schefter. First down for Denver. The ball at their own 31, down 7. Blitz coming from the Seahawks, and this one is dropped to Williams. Javonte breaks one tackle. Nice catch and run by Javonte Williams, a 13-yard gain. That was just a perfect call for what Seattle had defensively. Cody Martin was on the blitz, and they've got the screen right in behind it. And it's a good thing Jordan Brooks was there because if he doesn't make a play there, he's got a convoy out in front of him. Russell takes off up the middle to the 45, maybe just across a gain of 2. And these fans who cheered that play by Jefferson and Nwosu have seen Russell Wilson over the years throw 51 career touchdown passes in a 2-minute drill, either at the end of the half or the end of the game. Most of any quarterback since he was a rookie in 2012. Well, Portland Sutton is at the bottom, and he's one-on-one right here. out of bounds is KJ Hamler. So you got Denver here with 46 seconds to go in the half. They've got all 3 timeouts. They can work anything that they want to. It really is impressive or surprising, whichever way you want to look at it. And Wilson's not been able to take advantage of the young corners. Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen. It's a young secondary and really not much downfield from Wilson at all. Well, the one time they did, when they got Kobe Bryant there in the slot, they really take advantage of it with Judy. But yeah, overall, they've not worked these wide receivers the way that I thought they would. Russell Wilson, because of crowd noise and a delay getting the play called, has to use a timeout with a stopped clock. Next week, we'll have 2 Monday Night Football matchups. The Titans take on the Bills in Buffalo at 7:15 Eastern on ESPN. We'll be in Philadelphia as the Vikings face the Eagles at 8:30 p.m. on ABC. Steve Levy and company will take you through the game on ESPN. And then we'll come along just after at 8:30 Eastern with the Vikings and the Eagles, 2 teams that started with wins yesterday at 8:30 on ABC. Boy, did Kevin O'Connell open up that offense for the Vikings. He sure did. I mean, to be able to scheme some things to get Justin Jefferson as open as he was, an impressive afternoon and debut for him. And the Eagles, they tore it up on the ground with Jalen Hurts like they did most of last year. Wilson can't find anyone. Throws, and he's finally found Sutton. Cortland Sutton makes a move. And the big receiver, 6'4", 216, a gain of 30. And along the way, shoved Jordan Brooks. Credit the offensive line because Cortland Sutton comes off the ball. There's nothing there. Michael Jackson and Cody Barton are playing him inside out, so Sutton ad-libbed. He comes out behind it, and because of the protection in the pocket, Russell Wilson was able to hang in there with him and find him. 38 seconds left, plenty of time. 2 timeouts for the Broncos. First down at the 24. End zone shot, and nearly picked by Quandre Diggs. Boy, I don't know if Russell Wilson, you wouldn't expect that throw from a veteran quarterback if he just lost sight of Quandre Diggs. He knows Diggs better than anybody. He knows that he's got that speed and range, but he's right there. I mean, I don't know how Diggs misses that ball. He's not going to get an easier opportunity. He had 5 interceptions last year, and none easier than that one. 2 near picks, 1 drop by Adams, release, 1 by Diggs. 2nd and 10, coming off the edge. Seattle brings a blitz and they get home with Cody Barton. Broncos take their 2nd timeout. Cody Barton, here he comes on the blitz, and this is a defense that the last few years they've not brought a lot of pressure. I know when visiting with defensive coordinator, first-year defensive coordinator, Clint Hurt, he said, we're going to be aggressive. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to bring 5 rushers. You're going to change it up. There's a look at him there. But they did on that play, and Barton is able to get home. We've seen it throughout this first half. They've been selective on when they've brought the pressures, but when they've brought them, they've been pretty effective. Seahawks released Bobby Wagner in March, the great Bobby Wagner. And Cody Barton would get an opportunity, 2nd career start, 3+ years, and he gets the sack. Third down at 18. This one flipped to Williams. Nice catch by Javonte. And on 3rd down, he will take it inside the 25. See if the Broncos are willing to let the clock wind down and then try the field goal at the end of the half, and they are. It was a good call there by Nathaniel Hackett, knowing that they're right on the fringe of field goal range, and let's see if we can't pick up some more yardage and make this an easier attempt. Shelby Harris got a little bit of pressure. They almost It was a bit of a screenplay. They almost turned Shelby Harris loose a little too early. He almost got to Russell before he was able to deliver. Well, it went from a 50-yard try to a 40-yard try with that pickup by Javonte Williams. And one of the best in the game, Brandon McManus, tried to make this a 4-point game again here at the end of the half. .476 yards of offense in this first half between the two teams. And that's a little practice shot by McManus. Timeout taken by Seattle and Pete Carroll, who will be 71 on Thursday. And every broadcast crew says it about Pete Carroll. He's just full of energy. You would never think that he's one of the oldest coaches around. And when you look at NFL history, that surprised me. Me too. You've got Carroll, who's about to be 71, and Belichick. Romeo Crennel, 73, Alice 72, Levy 72, and the two guys still going now. McManus drills it. And this is a 17-13 lead for the home team. Geno Smith, the Seahawks leading Russell Wilson, and the Broncos, and let's send it down to Lisa Salters with Nathaniel Hackett.
Coach, without your starters really playing in the preseason, you said you knew that this game wouldn't be perfect. But what specifically has been giving your defense problems?
Yeah, the penalties. I mean, we've had a couple chances to be able to pin it back, and we just got too many penalties. We got to wipe those out.
You also said you knew this would be an emotional game. You wanted to be a calming voice in your quarterback's ear. How do you think Russell Wilson has handled the night so far?
Doing a fine job. He threw that first one a little bit crazy, but then after that, I mean, he's really settled down and done a fine job, so we're excited to get him going this next half. Thank you.
5 penalties on the Denver defense, 7 overall. Russell Wilson, 10 for 15. Geno Smith, 17 of 18. Fun first half, a lot of offense. Stay tuned. All State halftime. Coming up next. You're watching the All State halftime. All State reminding you that football season is mayhem.
I miss Jim. Ever since we started looking for a rewards credit card, he's been on the fence about which one to go with. How's it going, Jim?
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? You know, at NerdWallet, we have side-by-side comparisons of top credit cards. That way you can be sure you're making the smartest decision when it comes to earning rewards on hotels and plane tickets. So you can get out.
State halftime.
Emotional matchup in Seattle tonight. Russell Wilson gets Jerry Judy for the 67-yard TD. Looking forward to more big plays in the second half. Right now, Chris Berman with the fastest 3 minutes.
It should be great to be with you and the gang for another season of Monday Night Football. Anybody forgot how exciting the NFL is? Look at week 1. That was a more than subtle reminder. Week began with the defending Super Bowl champion Rams, upended by the Bills. Next up, the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals at home against division foe Pittsburgh, who Joe Burrow and company.
Bro, I love your voice, my homo.
TJ Watt would have nothing of it. A pick here, a sack, 3 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections. Pittsburgh led almost all the game. But the final seconds, Burrow to Jamar Chase, the extra point blocked. They don't win. Minka Fitzpatrick blocks it. A miss here, a doink there, and Chris Boswell from 53 yards at the end. Pittsburgh wins in Cincy in overtime. Patrick Mahomes, not 1, not 2,
Not 3, not 4, not but 5.
Chiefs roll in Arizona.
You already know the deal.
Kirk Cousins, Vikings, had a surprise for the perennial division champs in the NFC North, Green Bay. Justin Jefferson moving on up. Vikings moving on up. 23-7 they win. Justin Herbert. Gerald Everett, a new Charger. 3 touchdown passes for him. Chargers over the Eagles and the Lions. Jared Goff. Tip. James Bradbury stays in the division as an Eagle. Philly wins on the road. 9-11. Jensen Hall. Never forget. 21 years. Nobody can forget the attack. Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, 3 touchdown passes. This one to Rashad Bateman. Ravens win at the Jets. Washington. Again, site of the attack 21 years ago. Carson Wentz against Jacksonville to the youngster, Jahan Dotson. Commanders, new name, new win, 28-22. Bill Belichick, 478th game. Jalen Waddle, the fans are ready, and Miami's beaten New England in Miami 8 of the last 10 years. Going for 2, big gamble, last minute. Saquon Barkley, G-Man. For first-time coach Brian Daboll up in the Titans. Baker Mayfield, wait a minute. That's no way to treat your ex-teammate Myles Garrett with the sack. And rookie Cade York, Cleveland, 58-yard field goal at the end. Their first opening day win since 2004. Saints trailing most of the game. In Atlanta, Will Lutz, 51 yards. Good. New Orleans a winner. Colts and Texans went the extra quarter. Colts late, Matt Ryan and Michael Pittman tied the game at 20. 2 coaches say we tied, but we're both in first place. The first rainy day game, first foul weather game, Soldier Field looking like Candlestick. Justin Fields, it's not a sloppy field. I love it. Dante Pettis, Bears, everyone in the slip and slide. They upend the 49ers. We slip and slide with Booger. NFL Primetime on ESPN Plus. Sunday Night Live. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever you want. Susie?
Boom, Seattle has the lead at halftime. Geno Smith off to a solid start. Second half coming on ESPN, and more from the Mannings on ESPN2.
Take it, lock it in the slap there. Oh, I'm off to a good
Yeah.
Halftime kickoff.
What's up, Mark? Hey, listen. If you're an NFL kicker, I'm picking you first. Picking fantasy football, no cat points. No one can give you 100 points in it.
They have not been impactful in this first half. And when there has been a little bit of pressure, Geno Smith has been able to navigate that. So some of the things that we anticipate coming into this game haven't happened. Now, give credit to those 2 rookie tackles for Seattle. You've got Charles Cross and then, of course, Dave Lucas on the other side. We haven't mentioned their names either, and that's a good thing. We'll have a kickoff here to start the half and then check in with Lisa. You were just ahead at the half a lot. I was right about it. I didn't want to bring it back to me, but that's what I was going to say. We've never hesitated in that category before. New network, Mission of Troy. Come on. All right, so Myers will kick it away with Montreal, Washington waiting deep. Crowd's got to be worn out. I would think. It's been a long day. From about the 4, maybe to 5. Washington gets popped by DJ Dallas. What a hit. Vicious after a 15-yard return. We've talked about special teams and how impactful they can be and have been. Big hit. They went helmet to helmet there. But how impactful special teams can be, especially early in the season. Seattle has won that phase of this game on special teams, on the kickoffs and on the kickoff returns. Similar hit was flagged in the first half, not there. It's a 5th Denver drive of the game, and the 4th time they start inside their 25. Tossed to Gordon, left side, and Craig is strung out, and Gordon swallowed up. Check in with Lisa.
Hey, Joe, well, I asked Pete Carroll what he loves about the way Geno Smith is playing so far. He said he's doing what he's been doing. He's executing well. He's calm. He's poised. He said this is why we've been talking about him the way we have been. And remember, guys, Carroll said to us this week more than once, Geno Smith, he's really talented. I hope he shows in this game.
He did, and it has. Second down, 12. They hand it again to Gordon, and this time, as he's up to the 26th. A gain of 8 brought down by Jones and Harris. Well, I get the idea of what Nathaniel Hackett wants to do, because Seattle, we mentioned they lose Jamal Adams. They are continuing to play that 2-split safety look. And so they've got a light box in order to be able to run the football. Now, Seattle, they rallied. They win the matchups up front. They didn't get anything on first down. But they come back with the run and get a nice gain on second to at least make this manageable on third down. Wilson. Good protection and a pass blocked by Sutton. Portland Sutton found a hole in that secondary and a completion of 20.
Beautiful, bro.
Takes a lot of time back there in the pocket when you're running these types of routes. I don't know if there was a little confusion on the outside with Cortland Sutton, and then Judy is coming underneath that, but there are 2 bodies, and it kind of clouds things up then for Russell Wilson. But once again, he's got some protection back there, and he was able to hang on to the football, shuffle a little bit, and deliver the ball and pick up the first. Garrett Bowles was awfully close to a hold out there on the edge. They didn't call it. And first down at the 44. Quick throw. Sutton on this side gets a hit for a nice gain as he's knocked out by Michael Jackson. That's Michael Jackson. I mean, we've already seen him come up and run support. He's a hitter. Pretty good singer too at one time. But Cortland Sutton, they're playing soft coverage, and he comes up and makes a play then. But yeah, we've seen at times where Seattle has been soft, and when they have been, this is one of the few times that Russell's just come right out and thrown it to him. Jackson, a player, has been released a few times in his NFL career, getting a chance and making the most of it after a strong camp. 2nd and 3. some really good depth at tight end. They're all versatile. In fact, Nathaniel Hackett said they like to use Beck the way that Kyle Shanahan uses Kyle Juszczyk there in San Francisco. And if they can get half of what San Francisco gets out of him, they've got something. The quick throw wasn't there. Javonte Williams one-on-one with Barton. And Barton didn't really flinch. A gain of 1. Good play by 57. Typically a special teamer, getting a start in the defense. And a nice play there on first down. That's a nice drive here by Denver to open up this second half. They finished the first half, didn't get the 7 points they wanted, but they got a field goal. They come right back with possession of the ball. And now they're knocking on the door to at least come away with points on this drive. As he throws it, and incomplete. They threw a flag, may have been delay of game, but they let the snap happen. Here's a call.
Prior to snap, delay game, offense. 5-yard penalty.
So they get the down over, but they go back 5. Well, we heard Nathaniel Hackett with Lisa Salters there at the end of that first half talking about the penalties. There's another one. 8 penalties on Denver in this game. 2 false starts and now 1 delay of game. 2nd and 14. Wilson airs it out. Deep shot. A lot of contact and a flag. Drake Woolen was hooked up against Cortland Sutton, and a flag comes out inside the 10. And it is pass interference against the rookie. Well, there was no question in Russell's mind where he was going with that ball.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. Ball faced at the spot of the foul. First down Denver.
Based on alignment by Seattle, you knew that they were going to get one-on-one out there. So you got the rookie against Cortland Sutton. Sutton is their deep threat. He's their DK Metcalf, the guy who they like to get down the field. He can body people up. He's not going to get separation, but you see the contact. The ball was underthrown, and Woolen just not able to try to make a play on it whatsoever. 31-yard penalty sets up first and goal. Play action. Pass caught by Judy, who has a touchdown in the game, and he cannot get through both Jones and Barton. A gain of 3. Looked like he was going to have something there when the ball came out, but good job by Seattle just rallying to the football. And, you know, in this game, when you look at Denver offensively, they've got over 300 yards of offense already in this game, so they've had no problems moving it. And teams last year had no problems moving it, and this is where Seattle would tighten things up, is down here in the red zone. Will they be able to here on this drive? And that's going to be another delay of game. They're going to shut this play down and call the second delay of game against Denver on this possession.
Prior to the snap, delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And some of that stuff happens. You don't play the starters throughout any of the preseason, and it's been sloppy here for Nathaniel Hackett's offense. It has been a little sloppy, and there's no excuse. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. No excuse, especially for a quarterback of the caliber of Russell Wilson, to not know the play clock and to take delay game penalties. Second and goal.
People blowing horns. Blowing whistles. You hear that?
Pass is caught by Boone, and a good play is made by Josh Jones. Mike Boone Second year in Denver, the former Viking, and a gain of just 2. Yeah, Josh Jones, you talk about guys who had good camps. He was definitely one of those guys. He is a part of what was going to be the 3 safety package, and now he's in on the 2 safety package. This is his 5th team. Kind of got a new chance on life here in Seattle with the camp that he had. Done some good things in this game. 3rd down and goal. Wilson 5 for 5 on this drive. Underneath, pass caught. And they are going to call short of the end zone Melvin Gordon on a strong tackle by Jordan Brooks. Well, it's decision time. I like the call. I like the call a lot. Melvin Gordon out of the backfield, read perfectly, and then it's just one-on-one. Who's going to make the play? And he got really close with that second effort right there. They're going for it. The analytics, if you're into that, would tell you that's the right decision. 4th down and goal.
Listen, you know, kind of confusing.
Gordon. The ball is out and recovered by Seattle. Seattle takes over at their 10 as they get a stop.
Bro, they blowing
And the
whistles.
ball
You hear them
recovered
blowing
by
whistles
Michael
before
Jackson.
they hit like the ball?
Gordon
That's
was awfully
probably
close
confusing.
to getting that ball in for the touchdown, and for now it's ruled a fumble and the recovery by Jackson. Let's look again. And there's the ball coming loose. Yeah, the ball is moving. He really doesn't have possession of it. I think what a great job by those officials. The ball's moving. He doesn't have it well before he gets to the goal line. Really good call by them. Both teams now going for it on 4th and goal, and both teams coming up short.
To the field goal.
Stop by Seattle's defense. Seahawks take
I
over.
would have took the field goal because I only would have been down 1 point. And if they score a touchdown, you'll be down by 8. Come on, man. Take what you can get.